morning, good afternoon, good evening to all. Welcome back to iSelf Academy YouTube channel, Excel User Series 4.0, video number 1. In this video, I want to go back to our old school formula here. I tried to achieve this in a spilled array function. I didn't get a right result. I need to work on it. Once I worked on it, I'll let you know whether it's going to work for us or not. In our current scenario, this is something which many people would have seen it as a hurdle here, or they would have done this formula in a very weird way. That will take a lot of time for them to sum them up here. For example, here I have all my sales representative and their targets and their achievement that is done for the first 6 months of a financial year or a calendar year. This data set dimension is given to me, or I got this data set from spreadsheet learning website, and thank you guys, that data credit goes to you because I got the idea even from them. So I'm recreating their videos one more time. Actually, this is not my idea, but this was nice. Actually, if I put this video, this will be nice for all my viewers here, those who haven't seen the video before. This will be a useful one for them. So probably if you are a person who want to sum this data set, probably we would have done this in this way in our old school methodology, where I use a sum functionality, and then I would have done all this dimension one by one. I would have given this. This is the way that most of the people would have added the targets here, and then they would have done this data set like this. So this is the way which you do. This is something which people will understand it easily, and then you can get this dimension as the data set comes as a whole year. But you can do that without doing this, because sometimes when I select wrongly, my data set might go for a toss here. So to make our data set work better, I'm going to use the following set of formulas here called SUMPRODUCT, and then mod, and then column here. So let me start. This is the way in which my Guruji always want me to start a formula inside out. I would like to start from the first formula called column here. That's the first formula that actually gives you the number of column where our data set actually lies here. So when I go and use the column functionality here, and then I'm selecting all my data set from target to achievement, all of them, and when I close the bracket and give an enter, that's going to populate my number, and it says that which column my data set actually lies here. That's what it says to me right now. And then I want to just give you the numbers here by odd and even numbers here. So the odd and even numbers can be achieved by adding a mod function here, and I want to divide that by 2. By that way, it's going to give you the answer either a 0 or a 1 in my list here. So now you can see zeros and ones, and if you closely watch, my earlier formula talks about this is my odd number, this is my even number. So I'll give a O and E here, and then I'll continue that O and E everywhere. And this will be changing the entire course of data set for us when I use a mod function here. So this is the odd and even functionality that we will get once I add a mod in front of it, and then the mod will allow me to add the divisor here. I want to break that by 2, so that when I close the bracket and give an enter, you will see odd and evens. All the evens will be given in 0, all the odds will be coming in 1. Now I can tell the system that I want to calculate all the even numbers or all the odd numbers here. So whichever one which we feel it is relevant here, you can do that. If I want to get the targets first, or I want to get only the targets here, then I will say that if the value is equal to 1, then take that as a target. Because if you closely watch the data set here, the data set comes from my January list. So I'm going to give a 1 everywhere and then 0 in the other list here. So the formula, I gave a 0 at the bottom. Let me just see what happens when I do that. So I'm going to give a SUMPRODUCT functionality here. And then I'm going to select the range again. So I'll select from the C5 to N5 here. I'll give a comma. And then if I don't give a double dash here, the system that will give you a wrong answer. Let me just open the bracket for the mod, and then say the system that if this is going to be a 0, then calculate the data set here, and then I'm going to close the bracket and give an enter. Now it gives you a very odd figure because it's giving you the 0 here, and let me just add 2 negatives in front of my mod. That way it's going to give you the right answer for me. Again, it is taking a different dimension. Again, it is giving me the answer for equal to 0 here, but I want an answer called 1 here. That way I get all my data set answer in this list. I can just popularly, and this was a little easier for us to work around, because now you can see that I choose that data set. Here the data set selection is complete, but I can get the answer accordingly here. This is Vinod signing out from my Silv Academy YouTube channel. Hope you guys learned another formula which allows you to calculate all the alternative columns without selecting them alternatively. Thank you so much. Happy learning.